installing a new mod on the E93 M3, and it's going to be some new gauges. The black one's kind of plain, it's a little boring in the interior, so I'm going to be replacing it with some new ones here. Still have the protective tape on them. I'm going to show you guys how to do that. And the brand that I ordered these from is called Venoxy. I'll let you guys know how it is at the end. Hopefully everything goes smoothly. I've done a similar install like this before on my previous 335i using stickers. These are actual gauge faces, not stickers. So this is actual material that will last longer and shouldn't have any issues in terms of fitment. Alright, so to get started, we'll need a T10 socket and undo 2 bolts. Now with those 2 screws out, you can pull this unit out slowly. Move the steering wheel down to its lowest position, that way you have space to get it out. This is where it came from. This is the connector. So to get the connector out, what you need to do is, it starts off like this. You need to push down here to loosen the top piece of the connector. See if I can do it one-handed. Once that clip is loose, all you do is you push it down all the way and then pull out of the unit itself. And then to put it back into the unit, you do the same thing. You push it into the unit and then click this into place. We need to move this glass cover portion of it. In order to do that, we need to take off 4 screws and a couple tabs all around the unit. These are T10 screws, 4 of them. Let's take out these tabs here on each side surrounding the unit. It's coming off slowly. There's the cover. I'm going to leave it face down so we don't get any dust on it. Here's our gauges. Next thing we need to do is we need to remove the needles, these red needles, and we need to be very careful about how we remove them. You want to take a little mental note, or I guess you can take a picture as well of where those needles are, because you want to place them in the exact position when you put them back on. So I'm going to use 2 thin pieces from separate sides and I'm just going to pry upward. So here we go. Just pop them up like so. Alright, so now that we got to this point where the needles are off, we can peel off the adhesive gauge faces. So I'm applying pressure on the edges only, not on the center of the gauge. Right, they are on. Now let's put the needles back on. This is where we gotta be a little careful and make sure that we get them lined up to the 0. And make sure you push gently too. Don't push too hard because you could end up breaking the mechanism. Kind of place it in slowly and lightly and find the groove. Good. Once I have it lightly on, then I can slowly move the needle to the right position. So I'm going to move it to right around 0 and then push it in lightly until it clicks. All right. And I have it in. Okay. The needles are back on. they're level with each other. What I'm going to do before I put the cover back on is I'm going to plug this in real quick into the car and make sure that all the needles work and the lights work correctly. So I'll take you guys to the car and let's check it out. Alright guys, so as you can see, the gas needle and the oil temperature needle is good, but my tachometer needle is way off of the zero, and my speedometer needle is way off the zero too. So I'm gonna have to redo the top needles again, but the illumination looks great. It looks really good. So I'm just gonna redo the top needles by taking them off and then zeroing them in again. Alright, so we're back. I've tested out the needles and they are working correctly. They are where they should be. So I'm gonna put this cover back on. I just slowly placed it in, and then now I'm going to kind of clip in the edges where the clips are. Now we'll put our 4 T10 screws back. Here they are. Okay, our cover is back on. We are ready to install this onto the car. Overall, I think this mod is well worth it. It really updates the interior of the car, and you always look at these gauges, so might as well make them look nice. And I think these look really modern and makes the car look more upscale and newer than what it really is. Thumbs up from me. I think this is a good product, and you should definitely get one for yourself as well. These are very customizable. You can put whatever logo you want on the right side instead of that M3. You can change the colors, you can do different designs. It's well worth the cost of only $75 on eBay. Stay tuned for the next mod. It's going to be a new steering wheel because this one is over 100,000 miles old and the leather is getting shiny and doesn't really match the updated interior of this car. So here's the steering wheel. Stay tuned for the next video, guys. We're going to be installing that. Thank you for watching till the end. If you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing and check out my other videos as well. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care now.